guys, what's going on? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking the age of 18. Imagine, here's a scenario. Imagine we're like friends, right? We're reuniting and we're just chilling and we're reminiscing over life and life lessons. That's the vibe I'm going for today's video. So let's chat and hang out. I wore my Disney shirt today. I felt it was appropriate because we're talking life as a youngin, being young. For most people, the age of 18, right, is, I would say people would think 18 is like overrated. That depends if you're 18 or not also. I feel like most people that are 18, have passed 18, would say 18 is like kind of overrated. To an extent, I agree, but here's my take on it. For me, I'm not 18 by the way. I forgot to add that. I was supposed to do that in the beginning. I'm 19. I'm fully 19. I've been 19 for like what? June, July, August, September, like almost 3 months. I've been 19 for almost 3 months, and I think I'm well past 18 now. Okay, my experience of the age of 18, the monumental, oh so important age of growing up and being an adult, was kind of significant for me. The reason I say 18 was like important and significant for me is because it's the first age that I realized that I noticed personal growth. People would normally point that out, and it's very rare for you yourself to say, wow, I've really like developed, I've grown, things like that. And that's the first time I noticed that within myself, before anyone had ever told me that, oh no, you've changed, you've become a different person, in a good way, hopefully. I'm so grateful for that change, for that development that I went through, because I think it brought me closer to being the best version of myself. Oh, cute. Anyway, sorry, I'm weird. Traditionally, in a social context, 18 is the year of turning into an adult. You're grown up now. This is when you officially start becoming an adult. Life is big goal things now. That's what you're doing. You're doing big goal things now, in my sense. Regardless of whether you think it's overrated or it's hyped up enough or not enough, we're still gonna like dive into the age and just share my experience with being 18, like going into adulthood. Basically, I just want to share my experience, and hopefully you guys will do the same down below in the comments, because I also want to hear what your thoughts are about just being 18, your experience, things like that. And if you're not 18, I want to know what you're looking forward to. If you're looking forward to turning 18, we're doing this, and I'm excited to share my experiences, my thoughts with you. So 18 life lessons are obviously a lot of things to talk about. Those are a lot of points. What I'm planning to do right now is just give you, I obviously have a list, because me and planning and lists, that's my thing. I'm going to give you the points. I'm going to talk about them, just list and say it. We're going to talk about the lessons that I just told you, and we're going to talk about them in a general sense. You ready? Here we go. It's okay to grow up and grow out of the old you. Having a life plan is a trap. Putting yourself first isn't selfish all the time. Academics aren't everything. Important, but they're not everything. Living up to expectations, that's literally chasing after someone else's dream. Pace yourself with everything and anything that you do. Just because your life is going at a different pace than everyone else's doesn't mean you're living your life wrong. You choose who you surround yourself with, so choose wisely. Allow yourself to feel. So in that bulk, in that chunk of life lessons that I just gave you, I think there's a common theme of just living your life, and some of them don't relate, but I'm hopefully gonna touch on the different themes that will hopefully they like living and academics and choosing how you live your life. It's okay to grow out of the old you. I think is the biggest. That's why I made it number one, because it's scary, guys. If you can hear my dad, he's in a meeting, please don't mind him, he's a working man. Like I was saying, growing up and growing out of the old you is completely okay, and it's something that I struggled with a lot because I thought change was wrong. Social constructs, right? Wow, we're diving in. Social constructs just give everything a label. It's a way of categorizing everything in life, and I think people are given labels. That's not it. It's not on, because it's a way of limiting yourself, of limiting people and not allowing them to explore, to show their unique complexes and things like that. So I always thought change was wrong and it was scary, and I didn't think it was something that would happen to me. I'm very introverted. I'm a very introverted, low-key person, and I've been like that throughout most of my life. But when I turned 18, it's not like I planned it. It's not like I said, oh, when I'm 18, I'm gonna step out of my shell, I'm gonna do everything that makes me uncomfortable just to explore and be uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. Didn't plan that. Did not plan that at all, and it just happened. And it's okay. I had to come to terms with the fact that it's okay. You're supposed to grow. It's part of the growing process. It's part of growing up. Not everything is bad. Change is not always bad, and sometimes you need it. And I definitely did. Change for me meant that I was stepping out of my shell, like I said. I was trying new things that I never did before. I was trying not to be as shy as I used to, and it brought me so much happiness, the change that I went through, and it was so necessary because, like I said, it brought me closer to being the better version of myself. And going back to the type of person I was, just not blaming my parents or anything, like, not at all, but there's always been a structure. I've always been taught to have a plan, to know what's happening next, to know where I'm going next. But obviously I've also been encouraged to live life and just experience things. I feel like it's also taught through the people we are surrounded with, through schools as well. If you don't have a life plan, things are going to go south. You're not going to earn anything, you're not going to get anywhere. Having a life plan is a must. It's an essential thing to have in your life. Don't let them lie to you. If you do not know what you want to do in the future yet, if you do not know where you are going next, that is okay. You are allowed to take things step by step. You are allowed to go day by day, and just realize that life goes at its own pace. It's okay to not plan 5 years into the future. And having that in your head, having people build that up and implant it into your head, is very damaging to yourself, because as soon as you feel like you're slipping up or you feel like you're not going according to plan, you lose it. Through every single day of your life, you will figure it out. And that's one thing I've also learned, is that you just figure things out. Sure, plans are helpful. Sure, plans give you structure, give you a backbone, give you direction, but you will figure it out. And back to the topic of schools, like I was saying, kind of relates to the life plan thing. Like, you need school, you must focus on school, you must always focus on school, and that's what I believed throughout the entirety of my life, to be honest. And that's why I said in one of my videos that if I had to tell myself, if I had to give my high school self advice and just send her a message, I would say relax. I would tell her to relax, because I stressed so much. I stressed so much throughout my high school career, and it just didn't let me live. Academics are very important. Don't go tell your parents that Radical Ria said I don't need school. Academics are extremely important. They are helpful. Yes, we know. But do not make them your life. If that's what you want to do, of course, do that at your own free will. It's your life. But don't let people make you think that academics are everything. Pace yourself. So pacing myself was another thing that I had difficulty learning and implementing into my life, because, like I said, change was bad. Change was taboo to me, and that's something that I just told myself that. I was just scared of it. I made myself scared of change. Change also comes with different goals, different expectations, and you want to do certain things, reach certain goals. But I had to remember to pace myself, because I might spiral a bit if I don't do so. Work towards your goals, be motivated, be spontaneous, do all of that, because that's life. You experience it, and those are good things to have when you're experiencing life. But it's also okay to pace yourself. Step back for a bit when you need to, so that you can reset, realign, and move forward in a better way. Just because you are living your life differently, just because your life is moving at a different pace, does not mean you're living it incorrectly. Let's say, okay, let's use me as an example, right? So I've always felt like the people in my life have had to grow up very quickly because of the things that they've experienced in their lives. I always felt like I was not growing up fast enough. Just because everyone around you is experiencing it differently doesn't mean you need to match up to their level, to their speed of living life. Your life is your life and you need to go with it the same way those people are going with their life. You're just chasing someone else's life speed is very damaging as well. It's dangerous for you and it's draining. So in summary, live your life the way you want to, live your life at the pace that it's going at, and do not strive to achieve for someone else's hype, for someone else's expectations, because that's not you living your life. So when I was planning this video, I wanted my friends' opinions, my friends' views, thoughts. So I asked some of my friends to send in a video telling you guys what's one life lesson that they learned. And I've received the videos, I just haven't watched them yet, so I'm about to watch them now. Here are some of my friends telling us life lessons that they've learned at 18. I don't know where to start, I'm so excited.
That I learned when I turned 18 was that you're not going to be able to please everyone while still doing what's best for you. I feel like we all can relate to not wanting to let our loved ones down, and we just want to make them happy, and we feel like we owe it to them because, I mean, they're our family, they've done so much for us, or stuff like that. And in the process of doing so, most of us lose so much of ourselves because we have to sacrifice on our own happiness sometimes to get or to do what they want and expect of us. And personally, I've struggled with it a lot. I've struggled with finding the balance between doing what other people expect and want of me and then doing what I want for myself, because I feel like it's very hard to balance that without having to sacrifice one. And I've learned that, personally speaking, I need to do what's best for myself, and I need to do what I need to do to get to where I want to be and live the lifestyle that I want to live. And I've realized that I am going to let some people down in the process, but I feel like all these people really want is for me to be happy and successful and to lead a good life. And I feel like if I know that all my decisions are going to lead me to that place, I feel like they'll always support me no matter what.
Hi guys, I'm Simta, and my life lesson at the age of 18 was to relax. Relax, you have time, don't stress, everything will work out for the greater good. So if you're 18 and you feel like you're stressed about life or anything, relax, you have time, everything is going to work out in your favor. Trust the process.
I bet. Life lesson I learned when I was 18 years old. When I was 18, I learned that nobody cares. The reality of life is nobody cares. Like, you have people that do care, your mom and your maybe your siblings, but 90% of people in this world do not care. So when I turned 18, that was the life lesson I learned, because I always hear it from my mom. She'd be like, my boy, life is not fair. And when you get to 18, not that I struggle or anything, like my life was good at 18, but you realize that nobody cares. So like, you might say, like, when you're in high school, you get these awards and come first in your grade or get an art award or an ice state food or whatever, and everyone would clap and you think they care. Real life, nobody cares. They're just doing it. Like, nobody gives two, excuse my French, fucks about what you do. I feel like as soon as you realize that, you'll be able to move through life as a more mature person, because now you're not doing things because you think people care. You're doing it because you care. You're doing it for yourself. I feel like that's the biggest life lesson I learned at 18, is nobody cares. And it wasn't that bad of a lesson for me to learn, because I at first did not care. So it was like, oh, bet, it's not just me, it's most people, right? So, yeah, nobody cares.
Hi, my name is Silas Iyuke, and the life lesson that I've learned when I turned 18 was that you mustn't be too scared to try new things, and that you mustn't take life too serious. Because what I've experienced is that the most memorable experiences in my life was when I didn't take life too serious. And that's me.
These are so good. You've heard my friends, you've heard their advice, their 2 cents on turning 18 and lessons that they've learned. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't want to comment on every single video because I could go on, because I adore my friends so much, but just know that I love every single one of you and I appreciate these videos so much. Obviously you're not 18 yet. For the people that don't know, I'm the older one. But what I wanted to know is, if you are, is there anything you're looking forward to? About, oh my god, besides that, is there anything you're looking forward to about turning 18?
Driving, that would be fun.
Okay, that's cool. Is that it?
I don't really know, I've never actually thought of it.
That's fair. Okay. And do you think turning 18 is overrated?
Little bit.
Little bit? Okay. Like fully overrated or like to an extent?
To an extent.
Okay, bit.
It's like there's benefits of it, like I get an ID now. I can do whatever I want.
Technically you have an ID at 16, but anyway, go on.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it's different.
Right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Don't rush yourself to become a master of new skills that you've just picked up. Anticipating judgment from people you don't know is unhealthy. You have to learn control. All the fear and judgment that you've thought of is all built up in your head. It's okay to talk about yourself. Learn to set boundaries. It takes time, but it's possible. Family and love are such important aspects, and I'll strive to keep that in my life forever. It's good to root for yourself. You are still young. Hi. Right. So I feel like I left off the first bulk, the first chunk of life lessons that I learned on allow yourself to feel, and I forgot to talk about that one, so I'm going to bring it into this bulk. I think I talked about this on a video, in one of my videos, but I spoke about how I have always, well, I've worked towards being more positive, being more happy. That included me manifesting, just positive self-talk, positive affirmations. I've always worked towards implementing those things into my life. At some point it started becoming unhealthy because I didn't allow myself to be sad. I'm sure you heard the saying of it's okay not to be okay, and I really had to learn that as well, along with the positive and manifesting things that I was trying to put into my life. I had to learn that it's okay not to be okay. Just because you're striving to be a happier person, just because you're trying to motivate yourself through every aspect of your life, doesn't mean you're allowed to disregard and push away the bad things that you feel, because it'll build up and it will explode. And then moving on to the chunk that I just told you, to this bulk of life lessons, is I feel like this bulk has a theme of learning when to take control, of learning to take control of your life, basically. To some people it may have a negative connotation, but let me explain. It means learning to take control of the things that you can control. A lot of things happen throughout life. A lot of things happen, and I just had to learn what parts of my life I could control, such as the way I react to things, you know, things like that. Just learning control and learning what you can control to successfully move forward in life has always been a struggle. I think that's also like up there as my top struggles when growing up. I'm obviously still learning. Like, also these lessons are not like things that I've learned, I've mastered it, like I'm done, finished, I'm grown up, I'm successful. Cool. These are things that I'm still learning. It's things that I've thought of, felt, experienced, and I'm still learning to this day. Learning to set boundaries also falls into taking control of your own life. And by boundaries, I mean learning how to say no. For me, in this sense, I was telling you guys that I've always been like quite low-key, quite introverted as a person throughout most of my life. And that just resulted in me being, I feel like, what's the word? What's the expression? Oh god, I always do that. I need like a dictionary whenever I film. What's a pushover? What's the definition of a pushover? Yeah, a pushover. That's the good term. That's the correct term. I always feared saying no to people because I feared disappointing them, or I feared not making people happy, or I feared people being upset with me. A people pleaser. That's great. That's the right word. When you don't want to do something, it's okay to express that to the other person, so that you don't allow yourself to be a pushover, so that you don't get taken advantage of. It's hard because when you've been the same person throughout your whole life, people get used to that person, so that when you change, people are like, what's happening with you? You know, you've never been like this. The topic of taking control and setting boundaries is still like a very fresh lesson for me. It's still something that I'm yet to master, but we're getting there. We take it as it comes. I can't see. Family and love, I think, are self-explanatory, to be honest. I'm such a big family person, and love in general has Oh, I love love. Those are such important things for me because those are such key things to my happiness. It's things that make me very, very happy, and I will keep those things. I will keep those core values with me till the day I die. Like, they're so important to me, and I learned that because it's so important to me, I'm going to try implement it in every aspect of my life. When I'm older, when I'm grown up, I'm going to try implement the love and happiness that I felt when I'm with family, when I'm with people that I love. I'm going to try to keep that loving and caring and warm environment with me through anything and everything that I do. So the ending pieces that I want to talk about, it's good to root for yourself, it's good to talk about yourself, it's okay to be about yourself sometimes. Wow, I cannot emphasize this enough. It is so healthy to root for yourself. It's so healthy to express yourself. It's so healthy to just be about yourself sometimes, to an extent. Don't get like egotistical and cocky about things, but you know, I just love those life lessons, those lessons that work towards feeling pure happiness, feeling good. Those are my favorites, and that's what those like ending pieces just relate to. Just being yourself, loving yourself, and working towards just positivity. It's good that I ended on positivity, because here's the thing. This video may be all like happy and motivating and everything. I do not want to shy away from things such as life struggles, but I feel like we all unintentionally always focus on the bad. So that's why I never like dwell on it, like bring it in too much. Like, I want them to be present. I want them to be known that life is difficult. I don't want people to think that it's all like, oh, la-di-da-di-da things here. It's real life, and I'm just choosing to focus on the better part. Wow, I don't know, I wish I could find like a proper word or proper sentence to wrap up my 18th year of life, but for now I'm gonna go with it was life-changing because of how much I think I've changed. So through the high school experience, through getting out of high school, learning new things, trying to become an adult, 18 is a very packed, very interesting, very eye-opening year. And if you're not 18 yet, I'm excited for you to see what you experience, to see what you feel. And yeah, 18 is not the start or end of anything. It's just life, and you're going through it, you're feeling things, and 18 is 18. And we're back in the meeting. And I hope I got everything like off my chest, everything that I wanted to talk to you about. If I didn't, obviously I can bring this up in any other video, because this is what we're doing now. Conversations, laid back. Okay, that's funny. Just laid back, cool stuff, man. So we will bring this up whenever you want. Feel free to comment down your experiences, your feelings, your thoughts on such topics. So guys, that is the end of our conversation. That is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed our little, I don't know, vibe sesh. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below. It's free. What's holding you back? And I will see you guys, yeah, social media. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.